Boo! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them hands, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits. That TTG money gang. And making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. It is NVIDIA earnings day, the day you've all been waiting for, the day everyone's been waiting for, the day the market has been waiting for. My name is Michael Edward Perinati. I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. In case you guys didn't know, we got some time before NVIDIA reports. NVIDIA reports in about 13 minutes, so let me kind of show you something I'm pretty damn proud about. True Trading Group actually is the recipient of the Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. There's my business partner and I up on stage at the Benzinga FinTech Awards ceremony last year, receiving that award. Nice to see industry leaders like Benzinga recognizing what it is that we are doing here at True Trading Group, implementing AI technology onto our platform to help our members make money. That is what is most important. That is what we care about. That is our goal. We are damn good at accomplishing that goal. More on that in just a little while. But it's not just about awards here. We are also the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There is literally something for everybody here at True Trading Group. So if you're wondering why you should listen to anything it is that I discuss on this channel, it's not because I think I'm the world's greatest trader. It is because I was trained by professionals on Wall Street, my first job out of college, working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, where they had me go through a training program before I was ever able to touch $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008 happened, which was the Great Recession and the huge stock market crash. But it's also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Right now, you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we have helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. We have over 10,000 members in 114 different countries. We are truly a global community at True Trading Group. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you have come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel where myself, other mods, and some special guests will come on and give you guys free lessons, education, trade ideas, market commentary that can help you all become better traders. So if you've not yet done so, smash that like button and show some love. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Make sure you never miss out on these lives because we're dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis. It's a big day today. We've got earnings. It's not just about NVIDIA. There's other companies that are reporting earnings right here, right now. And one of them is Snowflake. Good old Snowflake. I love Snowflake. Snowflake is one of my long-term portfolio positions. I own it from 116.84. I added to that position in December underneath 160 in the mid 150s. And that stock now currently trading up 14% on the day, up at $187. Let's go through what the earnings are coming through here for Snowflake. There's a massive resistance level for Snowflake in the mid 190s. You see this line drawn out on my screen. Here it is, resistance right there, and then gap entry resistance from all the way back in March when they reported a disappointing quarter, and then the CEO was leaving the company. Or was stepping down, they were switching out. But now the stock is, making a nice move back to the upside. I love the support level down here in the mid 150s. I think we got a really great price here, guys. I think we're going to be looking at Snowflake pushing into I told you coming into this year, my target for Snowflake this year was the low 200s. I think we're going to get there. We opened the year up at 150. I think we're going to push up into the low 200s. I like this earnings report. It's a damn good one. The stock's now trading up 15% on the day, 14% after hours as you're pushing up into that area of resistance. So let's cover what those earnings actually are and why the stock is ripping face. So big shout out to all my TTG members that own Snowflake in the long-term portfolio. It is a big time beat, 30 cents a share versus 17 cents a share. Sales come in at just shy of $1 billion, 987 million versus 956 million was expected. And here's their Q1 revenue guide. Comes in, let's see. Wow, that's interesting. I don't want this has to be a typo. This has to be a typo because I've got a weak guide. I've got a weak guide on my feed, 955 to 960 versus 1 billion, and then full year 26. Yeah, that's got to be a typo because it'd be full 25. 4.28 billion versus 4.42 billion for Snowflake. Man, let's see if this is, oh man, if we can break that 194, guys, I think we're going to be good. This will be a stock that we're going to trade too. This is going to be on the watch list for a trade for us. This is a huge resistance level. Honestly, you got to be careful up here. I don't like when stocks gap up into resistance levels like that. I would much rather prefer it gaps above it rather than opens up underneath it, because when you have these large gap ups and the stock gaps up into a level of resistance and it's not above it, sometimes you get profit taking in front of that resistance level and the stock fades off of that resistance, which you have the potential for that to happen in Snowflake tomorrow. So tomorrow, Snowflake will be on the watch list, but only it'll be on the watch list really for a long if it gaps above 194. So right now it's trading 185, 186, 187, 185, 186. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens. You know, they got the earnings conference call that they're going to be going over. We'll see if they address that guidance. But that's the level. That's the mark for me. Okay, that is the level. That's the mark. That's the one that I care the most about. You can see the resistance drawn on my chart. Okay, so there's resistance there. And here is resistance from February. Okay, so you guys see these two tops? That is your resistance level. So right now you're gapping up on earnings, but still underneath that level. As long as we're underneath that level, I'm not taking a trade for the long from the active trade standpoint. I own it in the long-term portfolio, but I do not, I'm only going to look for a trade if we actually get above it. Okay. So that is Snowflake. Another software company I just reported earnings that I also own in my long-term portfolio is Salesforce. And Salesforce is actually trading down about 4% on their earnings. Let's kind of go through. This is actually, the company had their highest cash flow ever, but they did miss on their revenue. They missed on sales. Mark Benioff, CEO, came out and is extremely bullish about what he is seeing. He talked about, how Salesforce is best positioned, how excited he is for this year and the prospects with their AI implementations within Salesforce, and said that this was the highest amount of cash flow that we've ever seen. The problem is that there was a lot of hype and there was a lot of excitement with Salesforce kind of coming into this year. And you can see what the stock did last year. The stock really went nuts last year as everybody was the expectations for the growth for this year was actually very, very high. That took Salesforce to a new all-time high as you had this double top that was sitting here at around 310. Took you guys above that. And you had now a situation where they miss on that number. It was a very aggressive kind of growth that analysts were looking for, and they fell short. Okay, so $2.78 on earnings per share is actually a beat against 261, but the sales, it's such a slight miss. Literally they're $9.99 billion when analysts were expecting $10.04 billion. I'll say that again. Analysts were expecting $10.04 billion, and they came in at $9.99 billion. So it's a very, very, very small miss. And that 10 billion number was very aggressive. So I don't look at this as like that horrible of an earnings report. They see earnings per share a little bit light, $11.09 versus $11.17. $11.09 to $11.17 against $11.19. And then their revenue guide is also short, 40.5 to 40.9 billion. Analysts expecting 41.3 billion. They see that's for the full year. Their next quarter, again, it's light. Okay. 253 to 255 earnings per share against 261. Revenue 9.71 to 976 billion versus 9.9 billion was expected. Okay, so it's a light. The quarter itself is not that bad, but the guidance is light, and I think that's why the stock has you trading down. Down right now, down 5%. So I own this stock. I'm most likely going to be looking to buy more of this name in my long-term portfolio. I would very selfishly like to see the stock down around like 240. I don't know if it's going to get that low. If it does, I'm definitely a buyer there. But honestly, like 260, 270, I think is a good spot for me to step in there and buy some more. I think that, we fast forward, I think you're looking at a $400, $500 stock, a couple of years from now. So I still like Salesforce. I think they're very well positioned for the application rollout and monetization of AI tools. So I like Salesforce. I also like Mark Benioff. I know it's a disappointing quarter, but if it gets low enough, I'm going to take advantage and I'm going to be adding to my position in my long-term portfolio. I bought this stock back in 2022. And then I also added to it in August 5th in the 230s. But I still like it. I'm looking to possibly add to the position. Okay. So that is Salesforce, and Snowflake is still sitting underneath that resistance level. We got about 2 minutes to go before we get NVIDIA's earnings. We'll talk about C3 AI. They came out with earnings as well. I keep getting a lot of people asking me about C3 AI. I don't own it in my long-term portfolio. I don't have any intention of owning it. I just, why would you want to own an AI stock where the chart looks like this when every other AI related stock, looks like this and like this and like this, it's just why would I want to own, one of the weakest, AI related names. So I never have. I've never owned C3 AI. I really don't have any intention of owning it. They beat on earnings per share. They lost 12 cents. Analysts were expecting them to lose 25 cents. They beat on sales, 99 million versus 98 million. They see Q4 revenue of 103 to 113 million versus expectations of 108. They see full year revenue of 384 to 394 million. Analysts expecting 388. Those are huge ranges. I really don't like it when companies give guidance where the range is that wide, because it's like you're giving such a wide range of guidance just so that analyst expectation falls in the middle of it. I like when they give you much more, clearer guidance than that. But we got some news here also with Snowflake and Microsoft. Snowflake securely integrates Microsoft Azure OpenAI service to provide access to the latest OpenAI models. That's a news headline coming through with their earnings. So that is just a little piece of news there regarding Snowflake. So still, guys, underneath that resistance level, so nothing to do there. All right, underneath that resistance level, nothing to do there. And I do think that Salesforce can hang in there. All right, guys, now here we go. All right, we are patiently and anxiously awaiting NVIDIA's numbers. So here we go. NVIDIA numbers are out. They are coming through. We got a revenue beat. The guidance is going to really be the key. We want to see the guidance here for NVIDIA. We want to hear about Blackwell. I want to hear about Blackwell. I want to hear about their high-end chips. Right now, NVIDIA moving to the upside, guys, as their earnings are just coming through, and that's taking the entire market up with it. Okay, here are your numbers. Revenue, 39.3 billion. Analysts were expecting 38 billion. Earnings per share came in at 89 cents. Analysts expecting 84 cents. So these are beats across the top and bottom line for NVIDIA, and it's got the whole market moving higher with it, as well as some sympathy plays. AMD's popping to the upside. I need the guidance. I want the guidance. Gross margins come exactly in line. That was actually important. 73.5% margin. Analysts were expecting 73.5. Here's the guide. 43 billion plus or minus 2% versus a 41.75 billion analyst expectation. That is, for all intents and purposes, in line with expectations. Because if you take 43 billion and you say give or take 2%, if you take the 2%, it brings you right into analyst expectations. So that's not a phenomenal guide. I don't know if NVIDIA is going to be able to hold this. I think that we really need to hear a little bit more from Jensen Huang. You got the conference call, and then you've got he's actually going to be doing an interview on CNBC. I'm not happy with that guide. It's not a very aggressive or bullish guide. We have to see, guys, if we're able to. The stock's actually already pulling back. Stock is already so as soon as everybody got the guide, look at what Nvidia is now doing. So as soon as that guide came, right, it was initially beat on the quarter, and then you get the guide, and the stock now drops a little bit. So not really a huge move right now happening in Nvidia. It's actually one of the calmer earnings reports that we've seen from Nvidia over the last couple of quarters, where there's a little bit lower volatility. If the stock doesn't move much from here, you're looking at calls and puts. Everyone's going to lose money, whether you're on calls or whether you're, the only way you'll make money from this is if you guys are going to be in an iron condor or some type of a butterfly to soak up all that earnings, all that implied volatility and suck all the premium out of those contracts. But if you're in calls or puts and this thing just sits right here in the 130s, both of those option contracts will be losing money tomorrow as the stock is literally sitting exactly where it closed out the day, bouncing around a bit, putting some tails down there in the mid 120s. Jensen Huang is going to be on CNBC tonight at 7:00. So that's going to be shortly after the conference call. So shortly after the conference call, he's going to be on CNBC. So this stock is probably going to move right up until 8 p.m. when the after hours equities session actually closes. I think the stock will probably move during the conference call. Jensen Huang is going to be very bullish. He's going to be very optimistic about everything, but we really want to see him get into, a lot of details about the high-end chips, talk about the H100s, talk about China, talk about, the administration, if there's going to be restrictions on China, like the previous administration, what are his thoughts there? What's up with the Blackwell chips? What's the demand like? Are you meeting supply? Do you have any supply restraints? Talk to us. So that's going to all be addressed on the conference call, and that I think will move the stock. So if you guys are trading NVIDIA after hours or whatever it is, now if you're just holding options, there's nothing really that you can do. The options are not trading after the close. But if you're trading the equity, pay attention to the conference call. And the conference call is going to start at 5:00, and it is possible that you can see a pretty sizable move following that conference call. We've successfully ramped up the massive scale production of Blackwell. So that's coming from the CEO. There's one comment in the report. That data center revenue actually missed. Yeah, they see their Q1 26 tax rate at 17%. I don't know why that's really that big of a deal. Okay, so non-GAAP, they actually just mentioned on CNBC, and I'm reading it right now. So they see GAAP and non-GAAP gross margins of 70.6 and 71% respectively. That's a little bit light. Their previous quarter number was 73.5 on gross margin. And GAAP and non-GAAP, it was, whatever accounting standards, 70.6 versus 71. Demand for Blackwell is quote unquote amazing. Jensen Huang says, we've successfully ramped up the massive scale production of Blackwell. Blackwell demand is quote unquote amazing, which is, I'm giving you guys the exact wording coming from the CEO. Wow, very uneventful. Look at this. Look at this. We are exactly where the stock closed. You are exactly where the stock closed out the day. It's literally up 0.5% from the close. Yeah, it looks like, this volatility could slow down here a little bit. Salesforce is trying, Snowflake is trying to find its footing on this little pullback. It looks like Salesforce also similar, trying to find its footing here after that initial pullback. Like I said, I still like Salesforce. Okay, I do. I still like both of these companies. I own Salesforce into my long-term portfolio. I still like it. Fast forward a couple years out, I really do still like this company, and I really like Snowflake as well. Snowflake has a little bit more work to do, but I think there's a lot of potential there. I do. I think there's a lot of potential with Snowflake, and I've seen things in their. I have to look deeper into this earnings report, but their last earnings report showed a really good sign of their member or their customer earnings. Their revenue from their customers was 130%, which tells you that the current customers that they have, when those current customers renew and stay with them, they spend more money than they previously did. That is a very good indication of customer satisfaction and how happy companies and their customers are with their services and with their products. When you see someone renew a service and then opt for additional things, right? So that shows you customer satisfaction as people are spending more money with the company the longer that they are with them. Okay, so that's one thing that I like there from Snowflake. That was what we got from Snowflake's earnings the last quarter. So I've got to, I'll have to look deeper into their earnings to see what those real specifics are, kind of those other statistics, like I said. But that was what kind of got me, excited about this year when that was the report that we got back in November for the previous quarter. So if that holds true, and you continuously see, that holds true, or you continuously see that type of growth in from their clients and their customers, I think that bodes well for what we've got going here, guys, with Snowflake. And I think that Snowflake, I think 2025 could be a breakout year for Snowflake, and could be a year that the stock really pushes back up into the 200s after a very disappointing and lackluster 2024. The stock did not have a good year in 2024 at all. It actually ended up being better than what it looks like, because you had a huge gap up in November. So you finished out the year not as bad, but I mean, this was nasty. This was nasty in the middle of the year of 24, and their CEO stepped away. They got a new CEO, and their guidance came in light. It could have been, the new CEO was trying to be conservative with that guide, and the stock really got pummeled. And now it's kind of feels like the turnaround story has begun. But we got to get through 194. 194 is the mark. You get through 194, you're into this huge gap, and I think you just float your way up into the 220s. We'll see if I'm right about that. All right. So Nvidia is still sitting here kind of quiet. Not much cooking, man. Nvidia really hasn't gone anywhere since June. You look back, you look at Nvidia is in the exact same place it was in the middle of June. So 7-8 months, and the stock's really, stock really hasn't gone anywhere. So you're going through this nice little consolidation phase here with Nvidia. We'll see, guys. That conference call starts up at 5 o'clock, so you got about a half hour before we get that underway. Let's go through real quick. I just want to go over with you guys another software name that had some big news today, and was actually trade of the day for me. This was the home run for me. This was like a 3 or 4 to 1 trade for us today, and it was AppLovin. And I just want to go over kind of what happened today, because the stock got hammered. Even with the bounce back, the stock's down 12%, but this thing got hammered today. It was down like 20% near the low of the day. And you had 2 short reports come out on AppLovin today, which I hate. I hate that, because that obviously shows that those 2 firms, coordinated this, and it was a coordinated short attack on the stock. You can't tell me it's a coincidence that you both just happened to issue a short report on the exact same day, which I thought was extremely fishy, but is what it is. AppLovin just reported a monster quarter 2 weeks ago, and the stock gapped up to an all-time high and ran to $520. Then it dropped all the way down to $300 today. But that drop down to $300 took you down into a massive support level. And if you look back here in November, you see this resistance that you had here, then you broke above it, and then it became support. And then you had this purple line, this pink line, that's the 100-day moving average, right? There's your 100-day moving average right there. So we had this huge sell-off, this big gap down on the short report, and the gap down momentum took you down into the 300 support level. So I told our members today inside a chat, and this is honestly, this is this is a very advanced level trade. And I just want to make myself like real clear for those of you that are not members, and we have a lot of people on here that are not members. Inside of True Trading Group, if and when you guys became members, there's me and there's also 8 other professional traders that are moderators. Okay. And when we send out our trade alerts, I mean, you'll know we trade with you live. Like you see our screens and we tell you where we're getting in, where we're getting out. And then when our orders execute, you get push notifications letting you know that we've actually entered or exited those positions. Okay. You know, actually, before I keep going, actually, can you guys, I just want to see real quick, who's not a member of True Trading Group? Can you guys type TTG for me, please? Before I kind of get to what I want to, before I keep going, just type TTG for me, please, guys, real quick. I just want to see who's on here that's not part of the community. Just type the letters TTG if you guys can, real quick. Yeah, it might sound a little tedious. Just go ahead and type TTG for those of you guys that are not members of True Trading Group. Tim, I appreciate that. Tim says you're probably the most level-headed trader I've seen on YouTube. I like to think so. I like to think I'm a level-headed trader. I've been doing this for over 18 years. So I like to think that I'm pretty level-headed. All right, so kind of what I was getting at with this. Floyd, what's up? Clement, VS, how are you guys doing? So what I was saying with this app 11, when we send out those trade alerts, okay, you guys will know, okay, the volatility level of the trade because our trade alerts are tagged with novice, intermediate, and advanced. And what that essentially is telling people, it doesn't mean that, you know, if you're an advanced trader, don't trade a novice alert. It just means that these are the moderators and I telling you the volatility and the risk associated with the trade. So you understand, you know, how to position size yourself properly. And I think that's really important because not every trade is created equal. Okay. Some trades are lower volatility. Some trades are lower risk. Some trades are, you know, high risk reward. Some, you know, it really, part of being a good trader is knowing when to kind of step on the gas and when to kind of just like dip your toes in the water. And then once you realize that the water is just fine, then you can kind of dive in. So our trade alerts are labeled like that to help our members understand that volatility. And app 11 today was an advanced level trade because the volatility was excessive. It was extreme today. And when we drop down into this $300 support level, and this is just a lesson that you guys can take with you. I kind of spoke about this inside of chat today. And this is the type of lessons that you guys receive as True Trading Group, and which is why our members are able to be successful and why our members are able to make money and do so well. And you shouldn't just believe me because I say that to be the case. You know, when people ask me, why should I join True Trading Group? I don't explain to you why I'm the greatest trader. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with our 10,000 members that we already have and their success. The reason why I should join True Trading Group is not because I'm so great or because the moderators are so great. Yes, we are all damn good traders. Okay. But you should join because our members actually make money. Members of TTG that are on this live stream, can you guys do me a favor? Type the number 1. Very simple. If you're making money, if you're becoming better traders with us, type the number 1 inside chat right now. Anyone that's not a member, like all the people that type TTG, just pay attention real quick how many people you're about to see type the number 1. These are members of True Trading Group that are telling you they're making money and they're becoming better traders, guys. If they can do this, then so can you. There's absolutely no reason why all these people can tell you that they're making money and you're not able to do so. Okay. They're not smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They don't have more time than you. 82% of our members have a full-time job. So I don't want to hear that excuse. Okay. So if they can do this, then so can you. That's the reason you should join TTG. I think a lot of times, like when people come on YouTube and they listen to me talk about the platform, they're like, oh, well, why should I join? What makes you so special? They expect me to go over like, here's my P&L, here's my win rate, here's how great I am, and this is why you should join. It has nothing to do with me. I can tell you I made $1 jillion last year. It doesn't matter because not one of those $1 jillion is going to pay any of your bills. And just because a trader that you're following makes money doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate into you making money. It depends on how that person trades, what their trading style is, what their risk tolerance is, and if you are actually able to do what they are doing. Some of you may have tried following other successful traders before with zero success. So you know what I'm saying is true and accurate. So that's why when people ask me, why should I join TTG and what makes TTG so special? It's not me. It's the success of our members is the reason why you should join. And I'm just being honest with you. You know, I wish I would bet, yeah, I'm the world's greatest trader, have a 99.9% win rate. I don't have a 99.9% win rate. I'm right a hell of a lot more than I'm wrong. I'm a damn good trader. Been doing this for 18 years and received a Trader of the Year award working at a hedge fund in New York City. So yes, do I know my shit? Yes. Am I a good trader? Yes. But join True Trading Group not because you love me. Join True Trading Group because our members are actually making money. Okay? But anyway, over to App 11. The lesson that I want you guys to take from this trade today is really all about the difference between trend trading and counter trend trading and how I approach those two trades differently. Listen to me very carefully. If you're an experienced member, you're going to love this. If you're a brand new member, pay attention. Maybe something feels like it's over your head a little bit, but I promise you when you become a part of the True Trading Group, you'll understand this stuff like the back of your hand. When you trade with trend, there's more room for error because the trend is your friend and the trend will more than likely continue itself. So that therefore the pullbacks on those trades are usually less deep. Okay. So if you said to yourself, I want to buy the stock at 100, I'm going to stop out at 98. Just giving you an example. If you're trading with trend and you enter at 100, less likely the stock's going to like really test 98. And if your stop loss is in the right place, sure, it might drop to 99 and then go back up to 105. And you're going to have a lot more room for error. When you're counter trend trading, there's a lot less room for error on your entry points because the momentum is in the opposite way. In 3 weeks as a first-time trader, my portfolio increased 75%. That's absolutely insane. Scott, way to go. Clement says, where do you join? So Clement, actually, we're in the process of changing our membership. So I'm actually not going to send you to a checkout page because we're changing it. If you guys are interested in joining True Trading Group, send a text message right now to 1-888-621-2127. The phone number is right down there on the bottom of your screen. Text your name, your email, and the word START to 1-888-621-2127. We're updating the membership. We're making some changes to our membership. So if you guys are interested, just text that number. We'll tell you everything that you get. I mean, you get all of our courses. You get, Benzinga Pro. You get Benzinga Pro's newsfeed. You get TradingView premium charting software. You get the trade idea scanner. You get unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, congressional trading data. All of that's included with your membership. You guys don't have to pay $1 extra for those items. And you also get a double your money back guarantee. Just our way of proving to you how much we believe in our platform. It's very simple. You guys join TTG. If you are unable to make enough winning trades with us to equal what you paid for your membership at least once, we'll give you back double. So we're not just going to give you back your membership fee. We're going to give you back double what you're going to spend to join. If you guys can't make your membership fee back at least once, I just ask, actually go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group. We do study groups every Thursday. They're included. They're not, you don't have to pay extra for them. I ask you to attend one. If you do those things and you're still unable to make enough winning trades to equal the membership fee, we'll give you guys back double what you paid. Okay, that's our way of proving to you how much we believe in the platform, and you get to hold us accountable. And we give you peace of mind when you guys make the investment to join the platform and to join the community. Okay, I don't think you really need the double your money back guarantee, considering our refund rate is less than 2.5%. So because it's so low, I have no problem offering you guys double your money back. Okay, so again, text the number right there at the bottom of the screen: 1-888-621-2127. Take it from a long-time lifetime member. The couple $100 it costs to join for the year is a steal for what you get. Great group of people to trade with. There you go, my boy Ryan. Ryan, hope you and the family are doing well, brother. All right, so let's take things back on over to this app 11, and let's go over this lesson. When you counter trend, meaning the stock is in a clear downtrend, and you think that that trend is about to change, momentum is about to shift, that's a trade that requires more patience. okay? Because there's less room for error with your entry. If the momentum is going the opposite way, then there is a greater chance of your support level getting deeply tested because momentum is headed that way. Momentum overshoots levels. Levels are zones. They are not finite price points, okay? So if somebody says to you, if a trader says to you, $50 is resistance. If the stock goes to $50.20, the $50 resistance level is not broken yet. It's being tested, okay? And the more volatile the stock, the wider the level is. Think of levels as zones and areas, not finite prices. And the greater the volatility of the stock, the greater the ATR, the average true range of the stock's trading day, the wider those levels become. And if you're counter trend trading, you have to assume that when your support level gets tested, if you're in a big downtrend, it's going to pierce the level and then recover. So you need to have patience when you go into a level and you're doing a counter trend trade so that you don't enter the trade early, get stopped out, and the stock rips back up without you. And then what does everybody say? Everyone goes, oh, those evil market makers, they stopped me out. And trust me, the market maker that's handling hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of transactions a day doesn't care about your 100 shares. Okay? That's not what happened. What happened is you got into a trade at a support level, mistaken the level to be $1 wide when really the level is $3 wide. And it pierced underneath your stop loss, got you out, the level held, and then it reversed, and you missed the confirmation signal because you were too early with your entry. Counter trend trades require patience when you enter. When I have very high conviction on a trend continuation trade, you will often see me enter trades with zero confirmation signal because I don't need confirmation signals because I've been doing this for long enough that I just have confidence in my analysis. A trader that has a lot of confidence in their analysis doesn't necessarily need a double bottom or a hammer tail or a bull flag. A trader that has very high confidence will say, hey, listen, $100 is support. And when the stock gets to 100, I don't think 100 breaks. I think the stock's going to go back to 110. So when the stock falls to 100, I'm just going to buy it. I'm not necessarily waiting for it to bounce off 100, go to 103, form a bull flag from 102 to 103, and then I buy the breakout at 103.50. I'm going to buy the thing down at 100, and I'm going to get a much bigger position size because I'm way closer to my stop loss, which is going to allow me to make a lot more money when I'm right on my trades. That's how you get better risk reward. Traders make their money on their entries, not their exits. You might have heard that saying before, and has everything to do with your risk reward on the trade. Because if you set 100 as support, and let's say for argument's sake, your stop loss is 98, and you said, I think the stock's going to go to 110, right? If you buy the stock at 150 cents, your stop loss is still 98. But if you buy the stock at 102.50, your stop loss still has to be 98 because the $100 is the support level, and maybe you determine that the support level is $1.50 wide. So you're putting your stop loss underneath the support level. So if you enter the trade at 102.50, you're so much closer to the target than I am at 150. And you're so much further from the stop loss than I am. And the same thing relates for options trading. Whether you buy the option contract at $1.50 makes a very big difference than if you bought it at $1.20. And if you show me where a trader, and this is I work on when we do mentoring with all of our members. So the moderators and I, we do one-on-one mentoring with our members. You're not just a number and you'll have to fend for yourself. Our lifetime members get one-on-one individual coaching with the moderators, the professional traders at TTG. And when I work with these people, you just show me where you enter your trades. I'll tell you how confident you are from a scale of 1 to 10. A trade with no confidence, you need all the confirmation in the world before you enter a trade. You got to see it go to 100, then you got to see it bounce to 103. You got to see a big hammer tail. You got to see an increase in volume. You got to see the trade line work its way up and cross over VWAP. You got to break the high of the day. You got to pull back in. You got to form a bull flag. Then you got to break the bull flag with an increase in volume, and then you enter the position. You're like, oh, yay, I'm ready to go now. Meanwhile, the stock's made half the move that you were expecting it to make, and you're missing out on all of that profit. So as a member of True Trading Group, you guys are going to start to understand where entry zones really are and start to become confident in entering trades at those points so your risk reward can improve. There's many people that are on this live stream right now that might feel like, well, my win rate's above 50%, but I'm still not making money. And the reason for that is because your winning trades are smaller than your losing trades. That's not a recipe for success. You have to change that. We'll get you guys to change that. You'll start to understand all that stuff. So when it comes to AppLovin, I said 300 is support, but I know it's a counter trend trade. I can't jump the gun. I've got to wait. This is a situation where I will wait for a confirmation signal. I'm not going to jump the gun because I'm counter trend trading. If I was trading with trend, I don't necessarily need this is me. I'm talking about me specifically, right? If you're not an experienced trader, you should wait for confirmation signals. You can't necessarily trust your analysis yet if you guys are not yet profitable traders, right? Like that confidence comes with time, and it comes with success, and it comes with getting a consistent result. Okay. So you should be looking for confirmation signals. You'll learn what all those confirmation signals are as a member of TTG. Don't worry about it. I don't expect you to know those things. That's why you're joining. We'll tell you what those things are so you can start looking for them and implementing them in your trading. But when you counter trend, now I'm like, okay, I think 300 is support, but I don't want to just step in front of this downward momentum and risk getting run over, getting stopped out, and then the stock recovers. Thank God that's what I did today in AppLovin, because if I jumped the gun in front of 300, I get tripped. If I jump the gun, I drew a line for you across 300. If I jumped the gun and I bought in front of 300, well, guess what? I am stopped out right there. I would have been stopped out right there at the dead low of the day. Could you imagine how aggravating that is? You've all been there. It's happened to all of you. You know exactly what I'm referring to. And that's because you would have been entering the trade premature, a little early, and not waiting for the confirmation signal. One thing that you guys I want you to remember always, there is nothing more bullish than a failed bearish move. One of our other moderators who specializes in futures, Colin, likes to say that all the time. I'll say it again. There's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish move. There's nothing more bearish than a failed bullish move. So when you're sitting here and you say to yourself, okay, if 300 is support, right? That's my level. Now, where am I getting that level from? God, you ask. We'll go back to the daily chart. Previous resistance, all-time high in November. You broke above it. Support, 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 support for the last couple of months. Then this pink purple line, that's the 100-day moving average. It lines up right there at 300. So I have major moving average support and I have price structure support. Perfect. That's a major level. Okay. When a major moving average, like the 50, 100, or 200-day SMA, lines up with price structure, that's a good level. Okay. That's technical analysis 101. So I have price structure and a major moving average. That gives me a support level. So when the stock drops into that level, I now want to say to myself, okay, that's where I want to be a buyer. I don't think the stock's going to break underneath that level. Other traders are going to say, wow, 300 is support. If 300 breaks, the stock is toast. So the stock breaks 300. A lot of lesser experienced traders get stopped out of their positions. Other lesser experienced traders jump on the trade short. They hammer put options. They hammer the stock short. And then all of a sudden, the stock recovers. That is an example of a failed bearish move. This is a bear flag. This is a break of support, and it failed. If this move were to continue weak, the stock would have done this. Okay, it would have continued to the downside. It did not. It instantly took back the $300 support level. And as soon as this stock did this, that's all I needed. That is all I needed. And I got long literally right there. That is where I got long APP today because of the failed break of my 300 support level. And then I take the trade long. We also have level 3 data inside of True Trading Group. I was also able to identify through our level 3 data tool large institutional orders that were in the 290s. That is a prime perfect textbook example of how we want to be using level 3 data in coordination with major levels to identify where the buying pressure actually lies. So if I get to look at my level 3 data, and level 3 is we have a data partnership agreement with the NASDAQ directly. So we get level 3 data. Level 3 data gets to tell us where all the orders in the market are, and whether those orders are institutional or if they are retail, and what is the size of those orders. And are those orders canceling and coming back in? Are they increasing in size? Are they decreasing in size? Are they moving around? Are they just planted firm at a specific price? We get to use that information, which gives us a very big edge over other retail traders. It's part of, TTG creating a platform to give retail traders an edge, right? We actually were invited down to the NASDAQ a couple of months ago to get a whole tour of the facility. The NASDAQ allowed my partner and I to witness the closing bell at the NASDAQ. There's actually some pictures of my partner and I at the NASDAQ. That's the closing bell. They gave us a tour of the facility. It was awesome. And then they put our company name and logo on the big LED screen in the middle of Times Square, like as a congratulations to our data partnership agreement. It was a whole hell of a lot of fun, man. It was awesome. It was a great day for the community. It was a great day for the company. And we had a lot of fun that day. But this is what I'm talking about. When you guys join True Trading Group, there's a reason why companies like Benzinga and the NASDAQ are working with us, because we're a legitimate firm. We are a legitimate company that's providing real tools, real resources, and most importantly, real results for our members. Okay. So that's that. But these are the things that will help you say, okay, well, we falsely broke that support level, immediately recovered it. And once you recover it, there we go. And once you recover the level, that's my buy signal. That was the false breakdown. I took the trade long there, and the rest is history as the stock then continued to run all the way up to the 340s. Okay. And we just started taking profits off all along the way. Okay. We just took profits all along the way. And this thing went all the way back to $340 from 302. Actually 303. I got in at 302 and 60 cents. Okay. 302 and 60 cents. Okay, was my entry. And then members got into February 28th expiration, $320 strike call option, and that went up like 150%. Okay, and there it is. So that's the kind of the lesson I want you guys to take from it. Now, this is an advanced lesson. Okay, I wouldn't expect someone that just opened up a Robinhood account 2 weeks ago to really have grasped kind of the concepts that I just went over, but this is some advanced level, some advanced technical analysis. You guys have to realize that at True Trading Group, we have everything and all things in between. We have members that have never traded a stock or an option a day in their life. And then we have members like my boy Larry, who was a former market maker for the NASDAQ, who's been trading for 25 years. And then we have everything in between. So there really is something for everybody here. We have our course material, our educational material is broken up between beginner material and advanced material. So depending on where you are on your trading journey, if you guys are already profitable traders, just start with the advanced stuff. But if you're not yet profitable, don't sell yourself short. Start with the beginner stuff and do things right. Do things right, because if you follow the process and you follow the program and you use the tools and use the resources, and you heed the advice of what it is that we're telling you for what works for our members, the chances of you guys succeeding are statistically significantly and exponentially higher than they would be you just doing this on your own. And again, it's not because I say it to be true. It's because this is what our members actually tell us. Again, if you missed it before, one more time, members, and then we'll do a quick check-in on some of these earnings as NVIDIA is starting to bounce a little bit right before the conference call is getting underway. Members of TTG, again, one more time, type the number 1 if you guys are making money, if you're becoming better traders because of True Trading Group. Type the number 1 inside of chat right now. And again, those of you that are on this live that are not members, you should pay very close attention to all the people that you see typing the number 1, because these people literally are you. They are you. If they can do this, then so can you. And if you guys are not a member of True Trading Group, we also do have a trial. It's a 7-day trial. Okay. You go to ttgtrial.com You guys can join our community for 7 trading days, not 7 calendar days, 7 trading days. So weekends and holidays do not count against your 7 days. You guys will get 7 full trading days with us inside of our community. You just have to go to ttgtrial.com, enter your name, email, your phone number, click yes, I want this, fill out the form, pay a one-time payment of $3, and then get your butt in chat. It's a one-time payment. There's no automatic renewal. There's no reoccurring fee. There's no automatic upgrade in case you forget to cancel your trial. After your trial expires, you're never charged anything again. Okay, we don't play any games like that. I'm not going to charge you for an annual membership unless you actually do it yourself. All right, so it's just a one-time payment of $3. And the reason why we charge $3, it's literally just to make sure you guys are real people and you're serious about doing this, because we maintain a very high-quality chat room during the day. There's thousands of people in our chat room at any given moment, and we will not jeopardize the integrity and quality of that chat room by having a bunch of people come in there and spamming and being disruptive in chat. And so by charging you the $3, it just makes you put your credit card information in, which tells us you're serious about this. And if you're serious about this, we're serious about having you as our guest. So go to ttgtrial.com, come on in, trade with us for the next 7 trading days, and see what all the buzz is all about. Let's take a quick check-in on some of these earnings movers. Nvidia moving back to the upside now, 135, still not much. You know, the stock is up 6% on the day, but it's up just like 2% or so from the close. Nothing really major here, not a huge move, but that conference call is getting underway. So pay attention to Nvidia. That this could have other ramifications on other areas of the market. Let's do a quick check in on Salesforce. Look at that recovery. Wouldn't you know? If only somebody was like, "Hey man, I still really like this. I think it's a good chance to buy some more shares." But there you go. So this thing dipped down to 275, now all the way back to 300. And pushing back to the upside. So again, like I said, we still like Salesforce. I still think this is a good name. I still own it. And I have no intentions of not owning it. Snowflake still sitting here, 185, has gone pretty quiet. You said PSTG is trading to the downside. I also own PSTG too. So PSTG, they had earnings also, Terry. So they beat. Really? You got to hear these numbers. The fact that you got to hear these numbers. They beat on earnings per share, 45 cents versus 41 cents. Sales, 880 million. Analysts were expecting 869 million. So it's a beat. Top and bottom line beat on the quarter. They see Q1 revenue of $770 million. Well, analysts were only expecting 768. They see full year revenue of $3.515 billion when analysts were expecting $3.516 billion. Really? Really? I'll say that again. They are expecting full year revenue of $3.515 billion. Analysts were expecting $3.516 billion. Stock's down 9%. I think this is a good support level, $55, $54. It's a good support level for PSTG. I also own PS. Now listen, full disclosure, I own PSTG from like under $20. Okay. I bought this thing years ago. But this is a weekly chart. This is a big support level here on the weekly chart. And this is a big support level on the weekly chart. So I think if you guys don't own Pure Storage and you want to, these are 2 price points that I think are, I mean, listen, this could be a nibble, and that could be a huge bite, and that could be a final purchase. Okay. So nibble, big bite, final purchase. Those are kind of the price points for PSTG. And then, fast forward 3-5 years from now, I think the stock does that. Okay. It's a younger company. I think it's got a lot of promise. It's a very under the radar name. The stock's done very well for me over the last couple of years, but trading down 9% on an earnings report, that's really not that bad. They literally beat on every single metric except their full year revenue guide comes in 0.001 billion shy. Come on, give me a break. You're splitting hairs at that point. So I just think, all of these tech, these high growth tech names are just not getting any benefit of the doubt. They're these high valuation, growth names. It's a profit taking environment right now on those stocks. The valuations got way too rich, way too crazy. And even when a company comes out with some numbers, people are saying, yeah, you know what, well, maybe that's as good as it gets for the near term. And let's take some profit off on huge winners. Let's roll that capital into other areas of the market. I think it's a good thing. You don't want to be buying tech stocks at like all-time high valuations. Let those stocks pull in, buy them at cheaper prices and hold on to them for the next several years. These are stocks I'm going to own for the next 10 years. Snowflake, Salesforce, right? Pure Storage. I'm going to own these stocks for 10 years. Just in the long-term portfolio I'm talking about. Not right now. I'm not talking about, individual trades. I'm talking about long-term portfolio. So what does this all mean for the overall market? You might ask. Well, I don't know. No, I'm only kidding. Imagine I'm like, you guys came to the live stream. I'm like, I don't know. I'll see you tomorrow. We held a big support level. And I think there was a lot riding on Nvidia's earnings to kind of get investor sentiment headed back in the right direction. And Nvidia's conference call is getting underway. So, keep your eyes open here for some possible increase in volatility, depending on some of the things that Jensen Long is going to say. But this is your support level. It's clear as clear can be. It's 590. Okay. And I think there was a lot riding on Nvidia to kind of get us off this support level. And so far, no dice, right? A lot of people were hoping that Nvidia was going to give you some price action that was going to look like this. And it just hasn't happened. Nvidia's right now is a dud after earnings. The stock's not doing anything. Okay. I mean, this is Nvidia post earnings. It's not doing anything. Okay. So you're not really getting any help in regards to the overall market from Nvidia. The next major catalyst that we have is Friday morning is the PCE inflation number, which could be really meaningful because the CPI and PPI numbers we got a couple of weeks ago were scorching hot. So you might see a little bit of a relief if it looks like the inflation of the PCE number is not as bad as PPI and CPI, because the PCE is actually the Fed's preferred inflation measure. So they follow PCE a lot more closely than some of the others. Okay. So that's that. All right. So I think for now, you just stay put. We're holding 590. I still think we hold 590 tomorrow. And then Friday morning PCE. We'll have to wait and see what that data comes in at. We'll be live with our members Friday morning, obviously, as we always are. We'll be live with you tomorrow morning, as we always are. We always go through with you guys the watch list in the morning. We go over the game plan, exactly what stocks we're focused on, where we're looking to enter and exit our positions. So you guys know exactly what the plan is before the day even begins. Okay. Keep eyes on Nvidia. That conference call is underway. It's trying to push back to the earnings high. So we'll have to see if we can maybe take out 136, which is that top. And trading a little bit higher in the after hours on the SPY, but nothing too major, nothing too severe. Okay. Again, if you guys are interested in a membership to True Trading Group, text 1-888-621-2127. Otherwise, you guys can join our trial, ttgtrial.com. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the live. Subscribe to the channel. Okay. Smash the like button, show some love. And then turn on your notifications, of course, because we go live on this channel 6 days a week. I'm always giving you guys free lessons, education, trade ideas, analysis, positions I'm in, positions I'm getting into. Follow along. My pleasure. ttgtrial.com. Otherwise, text 1-888-621-2127. Have a wonderful rest of your night, folks. Take care, guys.